Dating has never been more competitive, with social media being a gift and a curse for guys who want to date and find women they're compatible with. Men are having a hard time meeting the demands women think they deserve, while women can't seem to find a man they want and need. Patriarchy Poker will teach men how to be more confident, control their emotions, and know when to hold or fold with a woman they match with. It's time to start embracing uncomfortable truths in order to grow into the man that women want to be with and other men want to be like. Go to patriarchypoker.com to get our relationship and dating playing cards or committed relationship playing cards. Because life's a gamble, so play like a man.
Guys, today we're going to talk about 10 struggles that men go through that women will never understand. Being a man sure can be difficult, but we go through a lot of things that women, and most people for that matter, will never understand. Let's get into it. Do me a favor. Make sure you guys like the video, share the video. Let everybody know that breakfast is being served. Let's go. Morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Finish Your Breakfast with AV. I'm your host, AV, aka Alpha Villain. Today we're talking about 10 struggles men go through that women will never understand. Women just don't understand. Okay, we need to talk about this today. And before we do that, let's get into some trending topics that are going on in the world that kind of revolve around this topic. Okay, let's go. Guys, we talked about this guy. You know this guy, this face. We did a show about this guy. Is this guy high value? But Blueface arrested in court. Cops say he's involved in a Vegas robbery. Okay, so this guy goes to court and he gets arrested for some other shit that he may have allegedly done. Blueface, according to TMZ.com, Blueface is in hot water with the law yet again. This time showing up in court for one issue and getting arrested for another, after police claim he was involved in an alleged robbery. According to documents obtained by TMZ Hip Hop, Blueface was taken into custody Wednesday and charged with a felony. As for why he was in court in the first place, he was supposed to have a preliminary hearing for his attempted murder charges. Today, guys, we're talking about 10 struggles that women will never understand. 10 struggles that men go through, women don't understand. Okay, TMZ broke that story that Blueface was arrested back in November after prosecutors claimed he discharged a firearm into a house, building, vehicle, or craft. In the new case, the alleged robbery was a direct violation of the stipulations that court placed on him after the case. Again, we're talking about struggles that men go through, things that women don't understand, bro. Okay? You know, we got to go through some shit. Granted, let's to be fair, women go through things too. I understand that. But in a day and age now where women are trying to compare themselves to men, there are a lot of things that women conveniently tend to avoid because they're women. Okay? This is something that's very important. Now, here's another thing that's going on right now. NFL great Troy Aikman has posted pics with a younger woman. Okay, we're talking about how does this pertain to struggles that men go through. According to the New York Post, Troy Aikman seemingly announces the end of the marriage in a PDA pics with new girlfriend. NFL Troy Aikman has posted a series of steamy pictures with a much younger woman, seemingly announcing his marriage to Catherine Kappa Aikman is over. 10 struggles or 10 things that men go through that women just don't understand. A lot of times when you're an older man and you want to get with a younger, newer model, you tend to get shamed for it. But when you have a cougar or a woman who is involved, who is involved with a younger man, it's more so about you go, girl. Younger men have more stamina, etc. The former Dallas Cowboy quarterback, 56, has been tagged with Haley Clark, 34. In multiple photos, the two cozied up, including where she is kissing his cheek and touching his thigh. Let's go, Troy. The pair was vacationing off the Italian Riviera, where they have been spotted on a sun-drenched yacht and swimming off the luxurious Amalfi coast, with Troy's most recent wife nowhere in sight. Now, again, if you're in the media, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes and shit. Maybe they were divorced for a really long time and he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. That's his right? You got to move on. But again, when you are a public figure, an influencer, you're in the public eye, everything that we do or everything that you do may be up for scrutiny. It is what it is, okay? But this is, again, how does this relate to what we're talking about today as far as struggles or things that men have to go through that women don't understand, that we also have to understand, and women need to accept this. As a man ages, if he is doing the work, he's taking care of himself, his mind is right, we become better with age. As far as women are concerned, women are usually taking the easy route. Women tend to, as they get older, they want to get a mommy makeover. They feel like they deserve it. They just don't look the same. And granted, I think that, if you want to do it, you do your due diligence. I think it's okay. But again, women tend to lose their value as they age, as opposed to men increasing theirs as they age. Okay. And this is why when you get the most scrutiny and you get the most shame, it's from older women and say, you should date a woman that's your age, AV. Got me fucked up. Okay. And lastly, prosecutors want Tory Lanez to be sentenced to 13 years in prison. Tory Lanez could be facing a potential 13 years in prison for the alleged shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. Prosecutors are seeking harsher punishment for Lanez, citing 3 aggravating factors that include his callousness towards the victim, Megan's vulnerability, and the use of a semi-automatic weapon. Despite California law recommending that a middle term be issued automatically unless there are circumstances in aggravation, prosecutors are requesting a longer sentence. How does this relate to today's topic? Men, all colors, usually face harsher punishment during crime than women do. Women don't understand that, okay? Tory was found guilty in December 2022 on 3 counts of assault and firearm offenses, with his sentencing set to June 13th. The case has sparked intense debates over society's treatment of women and has drawn widespread attention. In March, Tory's defense team filed a motion for a new trial, arguing that certain evidence and statements be made. Now, again, there was a lot of speculation. I don't know what transpired. A lot of industry people said that Megan lied. But this is why it's very important for us to understand that men go through things that women will never understand. And we just have to deal with it because you're a man. You got to man up, AV. So let's dive into the topic today. Today, we're talking about men's struggles. Men are struggling and nobody gives a damn. Men are struggling and nobody cares about your feelings. You're not allowed to be vulnerable. You're not allowed to show anybody emotions. If you show those emotions, you're a bitch. Okay? 10 struggles. Make sure you guys, if you're in the building, hit the like button. That incentivizes YouTube to push my channel into the algorithm. Okay, so number 1, when a woman is hitting a man, when a woman is hitting a man, he actually deserves it. This is a struggle that women will never understand. If you see something going on, viral clips, etc., you see a woman fighting or beating up a man, you usually say, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? That he probably deserved it. What did you do, AV? The bitch is swinging at me. I'm dodging. I'm trying to restrain her. And what happens, guys, if you guys get into an argument and a domestic violence complaint occurs, even though you're bleeding, you're all scratched up, she's crying, you're okay, you're in the corner, you tried to restrain the broad, who's going to jail, guys? Who's going to jail? If the cops are called to your house, your lady was wilding out, she was drinking, she took shit out of proportion, maybe you liked the wrong picture on Instagram, Maybe she ain't like the shit that you said on one of your podcasts. Now the bitch is acting crazy. If the cops come over, who you think's going to jail? You. Okay? Women don't understand this. So every time you see a woman swinging on a man, you think he probably deserves it. Number two, that they might have to fight for respect. Women don't understand this, bro. As men, sometimes, even though you carry yourself with respect, sometimes violence is the answer. And again, on this channel, I'm not promoting violence. I'm not condoning violence, but sometimes you got to smack a nigga, bro. Sometimes you might have to. All this YouTube beef, scheduling boxing matches, talking all this shit, doxing niggas on YouTube and shit. It's cool, but like, would you say that to the dude in his face? More than likely not, for a couple of reasons. Maybe you pussy. Maybe you're a keyboard warrior. And number three, the most important thing, I think, if you have a lot to lose, you're not gonna go and smack a nigga or talk to somebody in a way that you talk to them on the microphone. So a lot of women don't understand this. So when you're outside, you're in the club, you're at the bar, somebody disrespects you. Sometimes, unfortunately, most knuckleheads don't understand the diplomatic approach. As a result of that, sometimes you might have to knuckle up and put your dick beaters up, okay? Number three, kind of touched on this as well. Men of all colors face harsher harsher penalties from the judicial system. Now, I'm not going to turn this into a race thing. We already know if you're black, you're melanated, you're going to get some harsher scrutiny if you're on the stand or if you're accused of a particular crime. But men overall have a tendency to get harsher sentences, harsher scrutiny when charged with a particular crime or a particular infraction. Women don't understand this. And again, I think women understand their advantages. If I smack him because he liked the picture, if I smack him and accuse him of some shit every day and get on his fucking nerves and he starts to break shit, maybe I can get him into trouble to teach him a fucking lesson. This is very important. So women understand. Women have so many tools in their tool belt to get you and mess you up. So because we are in a society where feminism is prevalent and a lot of people think men in particular can handle it and we're going to teach them a lesson, women, for the most part, they use the judicial system. They use the government, the court systems to their advantage. Now, if we had it on our side, would we use it against them too? Probably. But at the end of the day, women don't understand that we have a lot more scrutiny and a lot more consequences when it comes to the judicial system. Okay. Number four, that no one wants men to show that they're sad, emotional. Women don't understand this. Talk to me, AV. You're not letting me in, AV. I'm here if you need me. Every time I've decided to divulge or express myself to a woman, more than likely, it usually turns them off. Okay? Because their vision, the way that they perceive me, the way that they see me, right? The way that they see me, the way that they perceive me, isn't congruent with me crying or me expressing myself or me being stressed out about something that they don't understand. Now, a lot of people will say, well, if you can't express yourself to the woman that you're with, you need a new woman. Again, we talked about this before as well. If the woman is really into you and she has quote unquote discernment or she has a gut feeling or whatever the fuck she listens to outside of you, she'll know that there's something wrong. And when a woman knows that there's something wrong, she's going to move accordingly or try to alleviate some of the pressures so you can actually go out there and be at your fullest potential. But women need to understand that as a result of us being quote unquote men, we are not allowed or encouraged to express ourselves, to show any type of weakness. Because when a man shows weakness to somebody else, somebody's going to eat your fucking lunch. You're going to be food. Number two, when a man shows weakness or vulnerability, he's not as attractive to a woman. And again, this is why when you see on television, you see all these feminized men. They're trying to program us to allow us to open up ourselves and emulate somebody who's on the television. Meanwhile, and shit, if you know, you know, and if you have discernment, you understand that it's okay to be have emotions as a man, obviously, because you're human, but it's not okay to be emotional. And there is a time and place, okay? Number 5, men's lives are truly more dangerous. Women don't understand this, bro. Women don't understand. Just Avy, go ahead and hustle. Go ahead and drop that shit off. Again, with violence, with us having to fall on our sword, with us having to be the protectors and the providers, us being more of a risk taker, us being under a lot more stress because of the things that we do have a lot more impact. If you're on child support, you got to pay child support and you got to live your own life. There's a lot of things that men go through as a result of that. That causes us to have more of a dangerous life because we're more of a risk taker. Women are, quote unquote, they play it safe. And again, with the government and Simps and orbiters providing them all these resources to facilitate them playing it safe, this is why men, for the most part, if you take a risk, you grind, you believe in delayed gratification, you're going to be ignored for the majority of that until you actually make it. But that process of getting there, that entrepreneurial process, all these guys with expensive watches, nice cars, bitches, traveling, all this shit, you guys don't even know what goes on behind the scenes. You don't know how their health was affected. Our lives are a lot more dangerous because, again, we are required. There's so much required of us that a lot of times we tend to forget and lose ourselves in the process of trying to provide for somebody who more than likely won't appreciate it. So again, we talk about this periodically, making sure that we put ourselves first as men, because the best version of AV is the best version for everybody that's around me, okay? I'm going to say good morning to you guys shortly. Number 6, this is a big one and a controversial one. Heightism is real. Heightism is real. What does that mean? Women want guys who are tall. It is what it is. Now, a lot of these guys on the YouTube, they say, oh, that's bullshit. These niggas are like 5'6", 5'8", bro. They have to say that. They're not going to grow. They're not going to grow. If you've hit puberty, you've already a man, you're not going to grow. Fine. They're going to say, you don't need that. You don't need height. Sure, if it is what it is. If you don't have a choice to become taller, it's not in your gene pool, or you just, those are the cards that you weren't dealt, you have to take that approach. However, for you younger guys, or for you guys who are listening to women, heightism is real. When you look at the statistics, men who make more money are typically taller, over 6 feet tall. And again, I don't know what the average height is, 5'9". I'm 5'10". Believe it or not, I think I shrunk. As you get age, I'm damn near 50 years old. I think I shrunk. I think I was a little taller. I don't know. 5'10", that's average, bro. Okay? I'm not tall. But it is what it is. What am I going to do? Now, bitches will say, oh, I want a guy who's 6 feet tall. Sometimes if you're 5'10", they're not even looking at your goofy ass. But what do you do in the meantime? Is your body right? Is your mind right? How's your mouthpiece? So heightism is real. So you could be a really good guy. You have money. You got your mind right. You're doing everything that you possibly can. You're on all cylinders of the things that you can't control, but you just can't control your height. If a woman can't see past your height, she's not worthy of being with you, bro. And you got to move on. I don't care how tall a woman wants you to be. If she can't look past of all the things that you've worked really, really hard towards to compensate for your height, you got to let her fucking go, okay? Let me say good morning to everybody real quick. Good morning, William Aikman. Good morning, bro. Long time. Hope all is well with you. Get the likes up and share the stream. I appreciate it. Harlem World, peace, peace. Salute, my nigga. Salute, Harlem World. Cushion Coffee. 5'10". Yeah, bro. 5'10". Make sure y'all hit the like button, too. That's average, bro. Now, if I throw on some boots, some Timberlands, or some Chelsea boots, whatever, I'm a little taller. But at the end of the day, who gives a shit? When you're down, you're doing the vertical mambo. Who cares? When you're banging around from the front, the back, you got her ankles behind her neck or legs on your shoulders. As long as you dicking her down, you should be okay. All right? Number 7. This is something that women don't understand, bro, that we sometimes feel like we're last. Sometimes we feel like we're last. Okay? I know a lot of guys who have kids or who are in relationships with a partner, a spouse, what have you, and they have kids, right? And sometimes they don't feel like they're no longer a priority. A lot of times women tend to put their children before the man. I get that. And sometimes, it's always, what do they always say? Women and children first, right? Women and children first. So as a result of that, you have to wait. A lot of times, if you guys go into the house and shit and your lady feeds the kids first and they feed you last, sometimes you may feel last. Now, that's on you, depending on how you run your household, etc. You have to make sure that if you are the quote unquote man of the house, you got to make sure that the broad feeds you first. The kids can wait. Okay? Women and children first, that's cool. But at the end of the day, if you're willing to be a risk taker, your body's has more strain on it, you're more stressed out, you're taking bigger risks, you're falling on your sword with the potentiality, you have to protect your family, your friends, you got to protect yourself, etc. You got to put yourself first. And if you do feel sometimes that you're feeling last, you got to put yourself on a pedestal. We talked about that. Okay. So if you're in a situation where you feel like you're last or you're not getting appreciated, appreciate yourself. Don't rely on somebody to validate you. Don't rely on somebody to put you first. You got to put yourself first. Okay. Number 8, that men are their own. Women don't understand that most men have to walk alone. What do I always tell you guys? It's lonely at the top, but it's lonelier on the way up. Women wait at the finish line. We've talked about that as well. We're on our own. Nobody's here to help us. We don't have the help, the assistance, the orbiters, people that's going to make us feel good. Nobody gives a damn about your feelings. If you're not bringing value to another man that you're looking to collaborate with, if you're not bringing value of substance to the man or the people that you are around, you're a fucking loser, bro. Women can be mediocre. Men can't. We've talked about this. That's known. An average woman who's got multiple kids by several baby daddies, she's not that attractive, her body's not on point, will have more assistance than a man who's an average looking guy who's got his shit together. We're on our own, guys. And it's unfortunate in these spaces how this shit is so clicked up. When I first got to this YouTube, red pill, whatever you want to call it, space, I thought it was a lot different until I got behind the curtain. I know a lot of these niggas that got their phone numbers, etc. I'm in the Telegram chats. I'm like, bro, this shit is kind of fucking goofy. Then you see them bashing each other, showing receipts, showing text messages. It's like, you can't really trust anybody. So as a man, I tell you guys all the time, take walks alone. If you're fortunate enough to meet guys who are congruent with you, who want to assist you with no ill intentions, you embrace that. I've been very fortunate. I talked about that on numerous occasions, but at the end of the day, you're on your own, bro. Nobody cares. And I kind of like it like that. I think it was a blessing in disguise that I wasn't necessarily as embraced by more people the way I thought I would be, right? Because I'm a good guy. I'm a genuine guy. I try to keep it real as possible. But at the end of the day, you're on your own, bro. So nobody gives a fuck about you. You need to understand that. You need to embrace that. And what I always say now that, as days pass, I've been doing this for about 3 years. I like it this way because I don't want to wind up thanking everybody. I don't want nobody taking any fucking credit for my success and my hard work. Niggas putting out videos. Oh, I'm the man behind the success of certain podcasts. You keep name dropping niggas and shit. Meanwhile, these niggas are not talking about you back. You goofy ass nigga. Fuck is wrong with you niggas? Stop riding coattails. Do your own shit. I see content creators that started out in the space, right? They did some shit. They were innovative. Now, granted, they've been doing it for a long time, and I know, I've been doing this for about a year and a half of my show. I know how hard it is and difficult it is to stay relevant and do fresh and new things. Don't get it twisted, respectfully. But at the end of the day, for me to talk about a competitor that I label as a friend is fucking goofy, bro. It's like, nah. That's like you not staying the man that your lady was initially attracted to. Now, granted, again, right? You got to innovate. You got to go with the algorithm wants. You got to go with what the people want. But at the end of the day, for me, I feel like I'm trying to stay on my square while be successful. But at the same time, again, when I see how everybody moves, I'm actually thankful that I'm on my own. Okay. Very important. Rob Marine, good morning, my bro. Appreciate you for being here. Thanks for your support. William Aikman says 5'9" and shamed. I believe the height shaming is retaliation for her weight shaming she is receiving. Oh, that's a fact, my G. William Aikman with the left hook. Absolutely. It's just projection, guys. That's why when you see me with a young, fine thing, a newer model, slimmer, she's half your age and shit. Her ovaries are right. She got less mileage than you. She's tighter than you. You're going to hate on me. This is very important. So again, guys, it is what it is. Sometimes, guys, we're dealt certain cards. There's not a lot we can do. We just got to try to make sure that the things that we can control, we're on all cylinders. Okay. My bro, Wade fucking Emery, good morning to you, bro. Appreciate you for your support as usual. Yeah, we got two more. This is a big one right here. Our sexual performance is judged a lot harder. We're talking about 10 struggles that men go through that women will never understand. The way that we perform is scrutinized a lot harder than a woman. Most men don't have any standards, so they just want to bust a nut. But if you don't have a big dick, you don't last long, you can't keep going. A lot of times, these broads want to diss you, make fun of you. Women don't understand this, and a lot of times you guys want to break your back. Keep in mind, folks, the women that are talking about this are desensitized from all the goddamn electronic devices they're using on their vaginas. So it's up to you. If you want to break your back to try to please a woman who is desensitized because she has dildos and vibrators and shit, you're goofy. At the end of the day, there are a lot of things to facilitate. There's a lot of things that you can do to improve your sexual performance. You know, build your testosterone, squats, stretch. These guys can do Kegels too if you're coming too quick. There's a lot of things that we can do, but at the end of the day, you know, when you get older, for me, even though my dick still gets hard, thankfully, I don't have a problem getting my dick hard. You know, going 2 or 3 rounds, you know, on some old pussy is probably not gonna happen, bro. Going 2 or 3 rounds on some old pussy that you're used to is not gonna fucking happen. Now, a new broad who's sexy, who's smart, who turns me on in other ways besides having a big ass and big and nice breasts, then you're gonna get the best version. But again, they gotta be worthy of it. So this is why I tell you guys, whatever age you are in, conserve your energy, bro, because not everybody deserves your scepter. Not everybody deserves 2 or 3 rounds from you. Okay, very important. This is the last one right here, guys. We're talking about 10 struggles that men go through that women will never understand. Men have to become something. Okay? We got to be something. We can't be mediocre. We can't be average. We can't just be here and rely on our looks. We can't be here and rely on the fact that we have a dick. Women just are. Men have to become something. I don't care if you're blue collar. I don't care if you're white collar. I don't care if you're an entrepreneur. Are you becoming the best version of what you decided to be? Men have to become something, bro. Women will never understand this. Women will never understand our grind. Women will never understand the things that we have to go through, the obstacles, the things that we have to endure as a man. And even if you're grinding, you're doing all these things, a lot of times you may not get a woman or any type of woman to find any appreciation in you. That's their fucking loss. And it takes a really long time to say, yeah, that's their loss. Is it a lonely existence? Sure, it can be. But when you do find somebody, because you didn't have to compromise who you are, you do find somebody that's going to give you or compliment your life, that can be a good relationship, bro. Right? Facts AV, being a lone wolf is actually better these days. You got to make the best of it, bro. If nobody wants to be with you, nobody can appreciate your hard work. Why would they? Why would a woman appreciate a man's hard work if she didn't have to lift the fucking finger? Okay? She didn't have to lift the fucking finger. She didn't have to sweat. She didn't have to do any of it. Bitch, you wasn't shooting in the gym. So because women will never understand your plights, women will never understand you, you have to understand that. Okay? Very important.
Breakfast is being served, baby.
Guys, men and women are not equal, so we need to stop comparing ourselves. Being a man is a difficult task. Being a man can be a lot of trials and tribulations. But I'm sure if you're a man today, you're not going to change it for the world. Why is that? Because we built this motherfucker. We are the creators. We are the leaders. We just have to remind ourselves of that. Even if women don't see it, even if the TV doesn't want to show it, we have to know it. We got to be the proof. We got to be congruent with what we know and show the world why we are men. We got to stop complaining and comparing ourselves to women. If you guys want to be a woman, if you do, great. But if you don't want to be a woman, stop complaining about her advantages. Stop complaining about the things that she can do. Focus on the things that you can do and become the best versions on those things. Guys, it is what it is. If you don't like the cards that you were dealt, play your cards and get dealt another hand. I appreciate everybody for being here. Do me a favor, make sure you like the video, share the video if you enjoyed the show. Cash App Alpha Villains. Keep fucking grinding. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bro. Peace.
According to the Survey Center on American Life, 79% of married men are very satisfied with their relationship. But expectations have been stressful for men bearing the burden of performance to a woman's nature. Men have to protect and provide only to be replaced by a bigger, better deal. Patriarchy poker will teach men how to be more confident, control their emotions, and know when to hold or fold with a woman they're in a committed relationship with. It's time to accept the beautiful lies and ugly truths, to become the man a woman can respect and other men want to be like. Go to patriarchypoker.com to get our committed relationship playing cards or relationship and dating playing cards. Because life's a gamble, so play like a man.